Hey there, it's Timothy from MasterStack, back for another review. Today we're going to look at Spott, which is currently on AppSumo as a lifetime deal, as we have seen already because we had a preview of Spott just a couple of days ago. Now we're going to look at a review. We're going to recap it very quickly. If you want to check it more thoroughly, look at our preview. Spott allows us to create interactive content with our images or videos and publish it in different channels. And then we can also have analytics on how it's doing and so on. So they do have very well explained documentation. They have a roadmap. We see there is a lot that we can already do, and there is a lot planned to do more. And today we're going to try it out ourselves. Now, our expectation using Spott is it should allow us to place interactive images and videos in our website and social networks or places. While we understand each media has its own rules, we would expect it to be easy, and it should also be easy to import our assets. If we have an e-commerce, we should have an easy way to import our products. We don't want to have to add 100 products one by one. And while I was looking for some samples, something to try Spott with, I went to IKEA and look at these images. This is exactly what Spott does. They're already doing exactly that. It be Spott, actually. So that's really interesting. And you can see it looks great. You have here a very nice looking image, and you can see each item that went into it, its price, and you can just go there. That's exactly what Spott does, and I think it's wonderful. Not just for e-commerce, even though the e-commerce use case is clearly perfect. Now let's try it out ourselves. So we have, this is as soon as you join Spott, we haven't done anything yet. So we have this menu up top, media asset and reporting. So assets is where we're gonna add our products. We can create ourselves, or we can connect a feed. Now, a feed is what you would use to connect your WooCommerce, Spotify, anything you want. They always have an XML feed, and you can just add it here. There is the documentation for this kind of thing. Connecting your, okay. So we have the format, the limiter, master columns. So as long as we create our feed this way, or we map the feed we have already, we should have an easy time doing this. And it can be auto-updated. So for any interactive image or video, we don't have to update our prices every single time, because Spott will do that for us as long as we connect the feed. If we add the product ourselves, of course, we would have to do it manually. But we don't want to do that unless we only have a few products that we want to manage. In our case, we'll try it out with just some random products on. We can also put images, and we can add any fields we want into the asset, even though I'm not sure how many will show. So, okay, we have one product, no image, we don't need it. Now let's do media. This we have to upload manually, so that's it. Drag and drop. Okay, so we have our media here, just something we grab from the search, and let's launch it. Okay, so this is the editor. From what I've seen, it's a similar one for videos. You can just change the timing so that you can have interactive spots at the time you choose. In our case, we can, how do you use it? We have, we can add the widgets, spending card. Let's begin with our assets. We can also create assets from here, it seems. So let's say this is a lamp and we want to sell this. When the default style is selected, option can be configured with embed parameters. So yes, okay, we want default. Content, drag and drop as easy as that. And that's it. Now, this one is done. You can just click somewhere else. Let's do a few more. Always the same product, because to us it's the same thing. Another. So we have now 3 interactive points. Let's see what this means. Close it with pop-up. Oh, we can choose how it looks, maybe. Let's see with preview. This is just the pricing as we saw earlier. And we have a JavaScript embed, iframe, and just share a link. I know for a fact this works on WordPress. I've actually directly asked about a certain use case for this, and it should work with WordPress with builders such as Elementor, Oxygen, and so on. So you should not have any issue. We can also hide the Spott if you want, it seems. And this looks okay, I would say. But we want to improve rebuild type bubbles. And if we click, we go here. Flash. What changes? I don't see much change. We probably want to try something different. So I see. So if we want, we could have different styles for each. We could have different styles for each embed. These two are not card. Oh, we have the preview as well. But we could we can create a new style. Oh, styles are that other menu. Nice. So we have media, assets, and style, as we'd seen earlier. We can completely change how the interaction looks, and we have a nice amount of 7 styles already. Deactivate, I suppose. Yeah, we can create a new one beginning from old ones. Nice. So let's just do default for these. And default is this one. Although I cannot see where, and that's it, really. So we could create it. So embed and share looks like it. And this is the same as the preview, where we can choose what to do with it. Now, ideally, we would want to have better looking interactivity, or how we want it. So we would spend time on styles and create one default one that we like, and then we can use. Then we would want to understand how to share these images somewhere. And we would go to the documentation, and here we have options. We can embed them on websites or just work with advertisements, which means we have to understand how Google and Facebook allow this thing, like the limitations and the possibilities. And for each of those, there is documentation in videos and text, so we shouldn't really have any issue at all. And then that's it, we're done. And we can finally have our reporting here with all the media we have created and when we put it. The video editing shouldn't be any different. Let's try it out just to see. Let's see if it works. This is just the introduction for the previous review, Attention Insight. It shouldn't take long to process. There we are. So it's a very similar error, except we have this timeline here down below, which is useful to know where to put our interaction. Let's see. You can see here. Now we maybe want to put our interaction here. As you can see, we can change the time frame, but this one is okay. The style, we can choose like before. So it can be a card, an image tag. Let's do something simple like this. Image name, and then if you click, you can choose where to go. You can choose the action, and as we said on the preview, you can also directly add an item to the cart if you code that. They have explanation on the documentation, so you can just have your customer click on an interactive image to add that item to their cart. Anyway, these are variables, so they get from the asset, which we have to add, and tracking, and that's where this is our asset, and so it takes all of those images and names. And now we don't want it to last until the end, maybe. So maybe I'll make it just 1 second or something like that. And then this is over, the interaction is over. And then I want to put an interaction here, but this time I want to change it to something else. Let's say a text tag. And I do not put any assets because I want to go to the website, perhaps. And that's okay until the end. You can change the layers, name it, and we can see where it is. So let's look at the preview. See, now it becomes interactive, and if we hover, it pauses. And now it's not interactive anymore, but we could click on there if we wanted to. And that was the style we chose. We can change the style just by clicking here and select and create new ones. That's it. That's also a video. So we've done both videos and images. We do not yet know how easy it is to put on a website, but it should not be difficult. We know that connecting your feed should be very easy because it's very well documented and the possibility is there, so it's doable. Now, let's just quickly see. Let's say if you want to have it on your website. Images extension script, embed Windows settings. So you have settings and code. And we just copy and paste that code. We could do, in case for WordPress websites, for example, we can easily do either. So it's up to us. And even for most other websites, there is always an easy way to embed. And that's all we have to do, really. So for each time, we can just add the code and we get our images on our website. I would say the video's not that different either. There is a way to put it on Instagram as well. And that's really useful, just at a glance. And that's it. So I would say this is a tool that requires work. You have to create, you have to think about how you're going to use it, and then you have to implement it. So it's not something that makes your work faster like other tools, but it's something that creates a different way of working for you, which is bound to provide more interaction and more from your users. And so it means it will help you get more sales and more conversions, which I think is very important. You don't always have to cut time and work faster. Sometimes you also have to find better ways to work. And I think Spott might be a better way to do some things and to get some results. As we saw, really, IKEA website had a ton of those images around with just this functionality. It's not random. If they do, it must be they're onto something. And I really think they are. And I will also start using these in places where I think it makes sense and think about new places as well. So we are very happy with this. As we saw earlier, these kind of tools tend to get expensive. We have here an opportunity to get a lifetime deal on credits per month. Each credit is whenever someone hovers here. This is 1 credit. 2, 3 credits used. But if I hover again, it's not a credit. And if I click, it's not another credit. So it's each time I hover like this. And if we don't want this to count, we can disable it. But I think that's the beauty of this. So I think we're going to stack up on this as well. We hope you liked our review. Let us know if you get it, if you like it, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.